What happens when the world says, "Americans, it's time to leave"? For decades, American travelers, retirees, and digital nomads have been welcomed almost everywhere, from sun-drenched Mexican beaches to charming European towns. But in 2025, the global mood is shifting. A quiet wave of immigration crackdowns is catching US citizens off guard, and even the iconic blue passport may no longer guarantee a smooth stay. In this video, we reveal 10 countries where Americans are increasingly being deported, or at risk of it, and why the global welcome mat might be disappearing. From visa violations to diplomatic tensions, this is more than paperwork, it's a warning. Are you safe living abroad? Let's find out. Country 1. Mexico. Mexico remains one of the most popular countries for American retirees and travelers, but that doesn't mean there's immunity from deportation. Despite government denials of any plan to mass deport US citizens, the numbers tell a story. In 2024 alone, over 260 Americans were deported from Baja California, mostly for overstaying their visas. Under Mexican law, anyone residing without proper documentation can be removed. And although deportation is rare for Americans, local protests against gentrification and gringo overreach are growing louder. Graffiti demanding foreigners leave has become common in some neighborhoods. US citizens caught with expired permits may face fines, exit bans, or sudden removal. While most American expats still enjoy life in Mexico, the message is clear: obey the rules, or risk losing your paradise. Country 2. Thailand. For years, Thailand was the dream destination for US retirees and freelancers. But as of 2025, those golden days are fading. New entry systems now require all foreigners to file a digital arrival card, undergo facial recognition scans, and prove legitimate reasons for long-term stays. The era of visa runs, where travelers would briefly exit and re-enter the country to reset tourist visas, is effectively over. Frequent short trips now trigger bans, and even retirement visas demand strict proof of income and health insurance. Americans who used to live visa to visa are being told, no more loopholes. Expat forums are full of warnings: overstay even by a day, and you might be blacklisted. The Thai government isn't singling out Americans, but it is sending a strong message: casual long-term stays are no longer tolerated. Country 3. Philippines. The Philippines has always had a soft spot for Americans, with deep historical ties and generous retiree visas. But recent immigration sweeps under President Marcos Jr. show a shift in tone. In early 2025, authorities deported dozens of foreign nationals involved in illegal gaming and fraud schemes. While Americans weren't the main targets, the broader crackdown makes one thing clear: no one is off limits. US citizens working without the correct visa, or participating in any unlawful business, are at risk. Expats in Manila now carry their documents at all times. Immigration officials warn that even minor violations can lead to deportation. It's a sobering reminder. In the Philippines, even friendly countries enforce the rules, and those who ignore them may find their tropical dream cut short. Country 4. Germany. Germany isn't deporting Americans en masse, but it is enforcing visa rules more strictly than ever before. Rising anti-immigrant sentiment and political shifts in Berlin have led to tighter border checks and new restrictions on all foreign nationals, not just asylum seekers. Under the Schengen Agreement, US citizens can stay for up to 90 days in any 180-day period. But overstay by even a few days, and you risk fines or an entry ban. These laws are now being applied rigorously, especially at airports and during police checks. Even in progressive cities like Berlin, overstaying your welcome isn't just frowned upon, it's grounds for deportation. Germany is setting a tone: tourists are welcome, but abuse the rules and you'll be asked to leave, no matter your passport. Country 5. United Arab Emirates. The UAE offers luxury living and modern comforts, but also enforces one of the strictest legal codes in the world. Americans can visit without a visa for short stays, but breaking local laws, even unknowingly, can lead to detention, fines, and deportation. In recent years, the UAE has tightened regulations around financial activity, social behavior, and drug use. After passing new anti-money laundering laws in 2024, officials began targeting undeclared offshore accounts and unpaid taxes. Some dual nationals and expats have been detained or expelled over financial irregularities. US citizens are not immune. From social media violations to bounce checks, the margin for error is small. The Emirates welcomes tourists, but if you overstep, there's little leniency. Country 6. Turkey. In 2024, Turkey removed visa requirements for Americans, allowing 90-day stays without paperwork. But this generosity comes with limits. The rule is simple: 90 days in any 180-day window. Violate it, and you're out. Working without a permit, overstaying, or living in Turkey full-time on a tourist visa are now red flags. Authorities have issued public warnings and removed individuals found abusing the system. For American freelancers and digital nomads trying to live in Istanbul, the message is this: apply for the proper residency permit, or risk deportation. Turkey may appear relaxed on the surface, but beneath that is a legal framework with sharp teeth. Country 7. Indonesia. Bali has become a cautionary tale for American expats. In 2024, Kristen Gray, a US influencer, was deported after encouraging others to bypass taxes and pandemic regulations. She isn't alone. Since the pandemic, Indonesia has deported over 60 foreigners, many for visa violations or working illegally on tourist permits. Now, immigration officers monitor social media to catch violators. Foreigners posting about working remotely or earning income in Bali without proper papers are being flagged. Fines are common. Deportations are rising. Americans can still enjoy Indonesia's beauty, but if you're working, even online, without the right visa, you may find yourself on the next flight home. Country 8. South Korea. South Korea hasn't explicitly targeted Americans, but its immigration crackdown in 2025 doesn't spare anyone. A sweeping campaign to identify overstayers and illegal workers has led to raids and spot checks across major cities. Americans teaching English, studying, or freelancing without current visas have reported increased scrutiny. Even minor infractions can prompt deportation. In past campaigns, South Korea deported over 180,000 undocumented foreigners. The tone is now one of zero tolerance. US citizens living or working in Korea must ensure their paperwork is flawless, because enforcement here moves fast, and sympathy is in short supply. Country 9. Panama. Panama often markets itself as the ultimate expat destination, especially for Americans. With a 180-day visa-free window and the friendly nation's retiree visa, it seems tailor-made for US citizens. But Panama plays by the book. Overstaying even by a few weeks racks up fines, approximately $50 per month. Fail to pay, and you may be banned from re-entering for up to 5 years. While mass deportations of Americans haven't occurred, individuals ignoring immigration rules are quietly removed or blacklisted. Panama offers paradise, but only if you follow the process. Forget the rules, and you'll pay, sometimes literally. Country 10. Japan. Japan's reputation for order extends to its immigration system. In 2024 alone, nearly 19,000 foreigners were deported, mostly for overstaying visas. Now, Tokyo has introduced the Zero Plan, a national strategy to remove all undocumented residents. For Americans living in Japan, this means the clock is ticking. There are no amnesties, no forgiveness for accidental overstays. Even small violations, such as working on a student visa or forgetting to renew your permit, can mean immediate deportation. Japan is making it clear, immigration violations are not civil infractions, they're crimes. For Americans, this strict environment is a wake-up call. Respect the law, or you'll be sent packing. Once seen as welcome guests around the world, Americans abroad are now facing a hard truth: no passport offers immunity from enforcement. Whether you're a retiree in Mexico, a digital nomad in Thailand, or a freelancer in Turkey, the rules are tightening. Is this a backlash against US privilege? Or simply global immigration systems catching up with years of leniency? Either way, the message is clear: every country makes its own rules, and breaking them, intentionally or not, has consequences. If you found this report eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe to the Discovery Trail for more in-depth looks at global travel, migration, and geopolitics. And we want to hear from you. Have you seen these changes firsthand? Do you feel welcome abroad, or is the global welcome mat being pulled away? Drop your story in the comments. Stay safe, stay informed, and above all, respect the rules of the road, wherever they may take you.